Hey guys, what's going on? So in this video I'm going to teach you guys how to set a password to an Excel file. You can also do this for a Word or PowerPoint file. You can do this if you have OpenOffice. You can do this if you have LibreOffice or Microsoft Office, and most other offices can do it as well. So right now this is a password template reminder, and I say please rename this file because what we're going to do is we're going to save it as, and we're going to add a password to it. So only you can access it with a password. And I'm talking about like a password like Social Security mixed in with birth date, mixed in with your name or your last name or whatever kind of secure password you want to make. But it definitely should be secure. So I'm going to teach you guys a few security measures to take so nobody gets your passwords and only you know where this file is hidden and only you know how to get into it. This is a very easy to do, and it keeps you well organized, so you don't have to write passwords down on a piece of paper and leave them all over the place and everything, and then have the risk of someone throwing it out and someone finding it in the trash. Trust me, it's happened before. People have gotten passwords that way. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to open up the template that I made, and the password is password, and I don't ever recommend anyone making the password, but we're going to rename it and change all that. So here you go. Here's the template. As you could put all your game information here, emails, web pages, work, employee IDs, whatever, doctor's information, credit card, banks, social security numbers, and just so you guys feel more secure, this is a second security measure I just want to stress. Okay, for instance, let's just say I make up an email. I'm just going to make it Superman, right? At gmail.com. That's the account name. Website, it's Google, so www.google.com. User, let's say Superman. Email, superman@gmail.com. And this is the most important part that I wanted to get to. So you're going to have the password right here, and let's just say the password is Batman is evil 0505, right? So what we're going to do for the password is that in case anyone ever does get to this file, which the chances are very slim in the first place, if you hide it in the right place in your computer, or if you hide it in a USB encrypted with a password USB, or if you keep it, like I said, and I highly recommend it, in subfolder and a subfolder and a subfolder, then chances are nobody's going to find it and nobody's going to go into your file. So what I want to stress is Batman is evil 0505. I don't want to write the whole password in case anyone gets in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away Batman is evil. I'm going to take away half the password, and for letters I put underscores, space, underscore. That means I have two letters there, and then 0505, so I'm going to make it 0, and then under dash for numbers. I always use dash for numbers, space, dash, dash. You could even put another 5 there if you want. Just something to guide you that'll help you remember your password. And so we're going to go ahead and save it now. So we're going to go to Save As, File, Save As. And you're going to get where you want to save your file. This menu here, you're going to get this menu. So click Desktop. And we're going to rename the file to something that nobody will guess that this stores passwords. So I'm going to make it, for instance, this is a third security measure, by the way. For instance, I'm just going to make my YouTube name DB, right? Let's make it DB. If you have Excel, you want to save it as a .xlsx file. If you have OpenOffice or LibreOffice or any other kind of office, you want to save it as a .xls file. Since I use Excel, I'm going to make it a .xlsx file. Right here where it says Tools, you're going to click that, and then you're going to go to General Options. And right here is where you get to make your password. This says password to open and password to modify. Modify, if you want to change anything in the file, you're going to have to type in the password for that. I personally don't do it. I don't feel like I have the need to, because I hide my file in a pretty secure area, and I don't think anyone's going to be getting into my computer anyway, because I know exactly what I'm doing all the time. But let's just say password to open. Let's just make it Superman. Okay, and then all you're going to do is click OK, and you're going to see this again, and it says re-enter password to proceed. So I'm just going to type in Superman. Again, it has to match the last password you just put in. Okay, and then you just save it to the desktop or wherever you want to save it to. And here it is. So let's just open it. Superman. Stupid thing. Okay, and here it is. So as you saw, we can only get into the file by typing in the password. And if you type the password in wrong, let's just say we put, let me just put a bunch of random characters. Okay, there. Password you supply is not correct, and all this stuff. So it's not going to let you in. Okay, and now for the fourth security measure, like I said before, you want to hide it in a subfolder, in a subfolder, in another subfolder. So for instance, if I go to my computer and I go to your C drive, and then you go to, let's go to just users, and then go to your documents, go into, I made a folder here that says DB, and then I made another folder that says stuff, and then you just drag it into that folder. You could keep making more folders if you want, and other folders in the same folder to confuse people, but chances are probably nobody's gonna try to find this file in the first place, because only you know about it, and only you should know about it. So after you find where you want to put your file in, just drag it into that folder, and voila, that's it. So if you want to find the file and you don't want to go dig in folders, what you're going to do is you're going to go to Start, and you're just going to type in the file name here, and it should come up in the results, and you found your file. You could just type in your password again, and you can access your passwords, emails, pins, your information for your insurance, doctors, whatever kind of stuff you want to keep all in one place, instead of writing them down in pieces of paper and losing them and having the risk of someone else finding out your information. And that's it, guys. And like I said, I wouldn't recommend putting in a USB unless it's encrypted and it has a password on it, or I wouldn't recommend uploading it to Dropbox or Google Drive or any kind of cloud, because those clouds belong to companies, so you really don't want to do that. Alright, guys, if I helped, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, say thanks, and have a good day.